Welcome back, good friends. Brian from Apex Detail. Today we will showcase Meguiar's new liquid ceramic wax. This is their second attempt, if you will, at a ceramic wax. This one here is a little bit different, a little bit easier to apply. You don't need the wet method. It can be applied to painted surfaces, plastic trim, chrome, just about anything. It will not stain. You can apply it by hand, you can apply it dry, you can apply it by machine. Without further ado, let's get started. Meguiar's Hybrid Ceramic Liquid Wax, 16 ounces. I've seen it from anywhere between 19 and change and 21 and change. This is a wax that can be applied by hand or by machine. Can be used as a top coat, can be used as a standalone, and I'll show you different ways to apply it. So let's get started here. Even though the bottle is in that very attractive lime green, the substance or the formula itself is like a sort of like suntan lotion when it comes to consistency. Shake up that rich formula vigorously before opening it, and I have a microfiber applicator. You can use a foam applicator, doesn't really matter. And this is really all you need. A little bit of this goes a long way. I'm going to show you a little bit backwards here. This is if you're using it as a topper for something that already has protection. And this will actually go on top of just about anything. A coating, a sealant, polymer sealant. It will go on top of an already existing layer of wax. And this is how I would do it, nice and thin like this. Dabbing it on, spreading it out, and then doing a cross-hatch, crisscross pattern to ensure the entire panel is covered equally. And this is what it looks like after that. It's just, all you see is a little bit of a haze. Again, it's thin. It's just going to be a top coat or an overcoat. Let the product dwell on the panel for 5 minutes or so. I will just apply to the whole car and then come back and start to wipe it off. If you're not in a shaded, cool area, maybe do a few panels and come back and start to wipe it off. That'll be about 3 to 5 minutes. It doesn't really change the look. It doesn't haze over, really. It just is ready to wipe off within that time period, and go ahead and do so with a nice quality microfiber. Really easy to remove. You could feel the slickness right away, and just like any SiO2 product, you know, if you can let it sit for 24 to 48 hours, you will get the most out of it. Besides a nice boost of gloss, you can definitely feel the slickness right away. If you already have a car that's protected, this will not be a step backwards. This will actually enhance the gloss. If you have no protection at all, this is the way I would apply it, and this will be a great base coat. Then you can maintain it, putting it on by hand like I just showed you. Grab a polisher. Entry-level polisher, it doesn't matter. An 8mm throw will do you fine. And a black application pad. So this is just used to apply waxes and sealants and do some jeweling in my shop here. And I will add just a little bit more product to the pad than I do the applicator and do it by hand. And I'm going to spread it out. Again, spread it out and then do a crisscross pattern to ensure you have the panel coated equally. You'll be able to see here the layer is a little thicker than what I was applying by hand. You want to, as a base layer, you want to massage it into the paint, fill the pores, and work it into the surface. And then 3 to 5 minutes minimum, come back, wipe it off, and it doesn't matter. By hand, by machine, it removes just as easily. So give me a minute here. I will apply it to the rest of the car and we'll let it cure a little bit and grab the gloss meter and see what kind of readings we get. And just a reminder, you can use it for more than just painted surfaces, headlights, taillights, chrome, aluminum plastic trim. And finally, don't forget the wheels. And just to show you it will not stain or is not harmful to plastic trim, I'll apply some directly to some black plastic trim. And that's all there is to it. Now, all you have to do is sit back and enjoy your work and let it cure. This car here already had protection, and I can tell you the product didn't, it's not a step backwards applying this as an overcoat or a topper. As a standalone, it's obviously going to jump or bump up some gloss and add slickness. Now, only time will tell as we jump over to a test panel if it will be durable in any way whatsoever, and we'll test the gloss meter reading before we apply it, after we apply it, see what type of bump we get in gloss, and we'll see if it beads or sheets, and we'll test durability. And to get some numbers behind what we're seeing, we'll run the gloss meter over a couple different panels. You're going to see not the highest on the channel, however, very impressive nonetheless. All right, let's jump over to a test panel. I just drug this inside, so it has to be cleaned and prepped. And I'm not going to waste my time to do any type of testing whatsoever without proper prep. And that starts with a wash or rinseless, whichever you do, and then at least a polish, and then some type of panel prep. Here is my new go-to panel prep, and I'll do a dedicated video on it because there's a few ways you can use it. You can use it while the car's still wet. I like to use it with just a damp microfiber, and I'll explain that in its own showcase, but this is the best panel prep or stripper that I've come across so far, and I've tested and have looked for many. The panel is cleaned, it's prepped. Let's get some gloss meter readings before we apply the Meguiar's Hybrid Ceramic Liquid Wax. And that comes to an average of 83.5 gloss units across the whole test panel. Okay, application. It's going to be 2 coats, always 2 coats. You don't paint your fence with just 1 coat. And I'm going to put this one on by hand. Second coat is going to be done by hand as well. 4 hours later, a second coat. I'll bring you in for the first person view. Now, if you were doing this and had time, which I don't, I would wait a full 24 to 48 hours in between coats. So the second coat would go on a day or two after. I don't have that luxury, so I was able to wait 4 hours, and that's what we did here. So this is the second layer. All right, that's going to do it for this video. We have 2 layers applied, and we're going to wait 24 hours plus. You'll be able to see the time and the date here, and we'll be back to resume testing. And that brings us to the final thoughts segment of the video. The Meguiar's Ceramic Liquid Wax. Thumbs up so far. Price, application, removal, gloss, slickness. So all we have to do is let it cure fully for 24 hours plus, and then we'll come back tomorrow and we'll beat it up a little bit. We'll see, does it bead? Is it a sheeter? What's the durability like? And I'm going to tweak testing a little bit more, and I'm going to keep doing that until I find the perfect combination for this channel to test durability on an everyday, normal, if there is such a thing, basis. I'm trying to get as close to reality as I can with this testing. With your help, if you have any input you would like to offer, I always listen. I'm always down in the comments section listening to you guys and taking a look. But I can tell you so far so good with this product here. What I want to know is, so these ceramic waxes must be ever so popular and make a ton of money because companies keep saturating the market with these ceramic waxes. And I'd love to know in the comments section, do you prefer using a ceramic wax, or is a ceramic spray sealant or spray coating easier for you? I can be totally transparent and tell you it took me no longer to apply this and get around the car than it would have just a typical spray SiO2 sealant or coating. So I'd like to know your opinion down in the comments section. So we're going to let the panel cure overnight. We'll come back tomorrow and we'll continue with the testing. Catch you guys later. And if you are enjoying the content, find it helpful, please be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification button.